What's going on, everybody? This is Derek from Nintendad, and I'm here to show you a little bit of the farming in Sakuna. So first, we are going to go sort our rice. Now, sorting basically just makes sure that your rice is top quality. And what you do is you have this mud in this vase. You pour it in, and by doing that, it means the denser rice stalks or seeds will stay at the bottom, while the ones that have less weight will rise to the top. So I'm going to put a lot in there so that way it will thin out a lot of the bad rice, but it'll keep the good rice in. So now we go and we start to mix. And again, mixing will just bring up all the bad rice to the top, or all the lower quality rice. So you will have a smaller yield, but you'll have better quality. Alright, and you see all that rice just raising up to the top. And there's also a blue thing in there. Now what that is the amber. And amber is used for many different things in the game. And that amber rose to the top. Alright. So that looks pretty good right now. A lot of the rice has risen to the top. There is still more rising, so I'm going to go ahead and call it right there. Finish sorting. Complete. And see, that did lower our yield from 500 to 387. And now he's asking, how do we want to sow them for the little seedlings? I say thickly, because I want a large harvest size. Alright, we're waiting. And while we wait, we have to till the ground. Picked up a little thing. Now I like to have the water out of here while I'm tilling, just so that way I can see the ground a little bit better. And there we go.
Let's give it a try, shall we?
Alright. Now I do have a lot of upgrades, so I may be moving faster than people that are just starting off. Yeah, till the land. And I try to go in as close to rows as possible, just to make sure I till everything completely. I don't think I've ever gotten a full 100% till. I've gotten a 98 before, so that's pretty good. And again, I am playing on the easier settings just because I am still very unexperienced when it comes to harvest style games. But after my success in this game, I might give them a try, because I really did like this game a lot. Okay, keep it going. And you can actually hit the L button and it'll show the area that you've tilled. And you can see where I am leveled up. Hitting certain areas will cause it to hit, like, do a wave. But even with that, you can miss some things, so that's why I try to just do a full, complete row on, like this, going back and forth. And see, even she's like, oh, that should do it. But there's still a lot that hasn't been touched yet. So let's go there. And also, while you're doing this, you want to pick up any kind of rocks. There's usually around 10 rocks in there. I'm not sure why 10. Maybe there's more if you're playing it on higher difficulty levels. But from what I've seen, it's always 10 rocks. And see, she says it's perfect, even though we haven't hit this little area. finish it out. Alright, and we will finish tilling.
Is this okay? Mm-hmm. This looks good.
99%. Okay, and it says I did not use fertilizer, but you can see right now my land's looking pretty well fertilized. But let's go ahead and make some more fertilizer. So first, you have to scoop the poop. Then you put it in your fertilizer pan. And here is your amber that you're using. That is to help build up the rest of the components. Since everything is really well, I'll put in a little bit of the beast hooves, a little manure, and a little fallen leaves. And then some amber to just make sure it's completely good. Alright, then you can add additional components. What I like to do is the medicinal base. As you can see, adding just one of those gives yield, taste, hardness, stickiness, aesthetic, and aroma, as well as how that translates to your actual character growth. So with that, you can put more in, but the amount of growth levels off the more you put in. So I'm just going to stick with that, but I'm also going to add in a health powder. So you can see health powder is just a base of 20. So when you add the medicinal base to it, you still get the full effect. So we'll do that. See, is there anything else I want to throw in? You can throw in rotten food, which usually gives 1 to each one, but it also does adds pesticide and -2. So there's a lot that you can add into that. I'm not going to worry about that at the moment. I'm going to hit complete. And now it just needs to age. Alright, well, I'm going to add some water back to it. I usually like to keep it around 30% water level. I'm not sure the exact. When you first get it, Tawimon said that your water needs to be around ankle length. So that looks around ankle length. Where are we at? Around 30. So that's good. Alright, we're going to take a little break, and then we're going to start the next day. Alright, we are back. We are ready for the next day. We have water in here. We have our seedlings ready. So let's go to the storehouse. Okay, we can gather our seedlings. 387 of them. Now, when you first start planting, it can take a long while to do this. But as you keep going, you'll get different abilities. So see, originally you can do regular planting, plant 2 by 2, 3 in a row, 4 corners, well-rounded, that's my favorite, or chaos. This can be good and bad. If you have a ton, it can fill up a lot of those spaces, but it can also make everything very crowded. I like the well-rounded planting, and you'll see here how it goes. So you take it out, and you have a nice little circle. And just keep on planting. I feel like it makes it spaced out, but at the same time, it makes it feel nice and full. Now, we may have to space it out a little bit more because we did thin out quite a few of those seeds. Because you can plant up to 500 seeds, I believe, and we are planting around 380, so there's going to be quite a bit of space here. Right, we are almost done. And this is very therapeutic, this is very zen. normally, like I said, not into this, but I found it was just relaxing, nice to just be able to plant and control this. Okay, and this is not the neatest planting I've ever done, but that's okay. Alright, let's try to fill in some holes around here. There's a nice one. There's one. There we go. And now we have 3 left, so 1, 2, 3. Planting complete. And we got balanced.
Really outdone yourself this time.
Feels pretty good. Now let's go ahead and spread some fertilizer. And after we've spread that, ooh, we picked up some snails. Snails can be released that'll help eat off the bad bacteria, and you can see this. Let's go to details. See, there's, yeah, a lot of extra details in there. Alright. Make a little more fertilizer so that way we can just keep powering up our rice, so that way our fields stay nice and just nice. Okay. Add a few rice cakes in there, or oil cakes, sorry. Okay, add additional, so we do another medicinal, another health. And let's throw in some rotten food. So got that to -10, but then I threw in a remedy, so that way it'll off-put some of the negative stuff. So there we go, throw that in, hit return, and now we wait for it to start. Also, further on, once you get into the story, you can get the ability to get ducks. Little man Kaimaru over here will find these animals everywhere, and he's just so loving. I love him. He's awesome. So you can release the ducks to help get rid of bugs and some weeds. Hey ducks, thanks for your service. You're awesome. So now we just continue and we wait for the next day. Let's check our water levels before we go on. Okay, it's at 18%. I'm going to raise that back up to 30. And now we wait for the next day. Alright, now it is the evening of the 3rd day of spring, and I skipped a lot of time because I actually had a really good run and I haven't had hardly any weeds. This is actually the first day that weeds have popped up, and you'll see that the water level has risen a little bit, but so has our rice stalks. So it's really nice. It looks like an actual planted field. You can see my ducks just chilling. Hey ducks, thanks for your service. Okay, I've already spread some fertilizer. The water levels look pretty good. So we will just continue on for the next day, which will start summer, which they call the later half of that the midsummer drying. So that is when you're going to want to have a little bit less water levels in your rice fields. But until then. Alright, and now we are in the end of the summer, which is the midsummer drying section, I believe. It has already started, and as you can tell, these rice plants are looking ready. Okay, the water's looking pretty low. We'll add just a tiny bit more just to be safe. I don't want to dry them out too much. We've weeded. I did put the ducks up. If the rice starts to bloom and it becomes ready when your ducks are out, your ducks can eat the rice. so that wouldn't be good. Alright, and soon it'll be ready for harvest. Catch you then. Alright, it is the first day of autumn, and actually overnight the ears became ready to harvest. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and drain some of the water out of here, because you're going to want to dry your rice immediately after harvesting. So we'll go ahead and start harvesting.
Shall I harvest them?
And reaping ability has gotten better, something that you can level up. Go through, and again, most of these tasks you can actually have someone else on your team do that. That's what it shows in your bottom right hand corner, the let Taimon handle it, but I like to do it for the most part because I feel like it levels up your abilities and skills, which makes this actually a lot more fun. And this feels just, you know, very simplistic. I'm just mashing the Y button to slice all the rice down. And from your first time doing this, it felt like a very, very measly harvest. And now it feels like a very, very thick harvest.
Is this okay?
Alright, harvesting complete.
Mine! All mine!
Now,
Next is laying the
I have to
rice
pick it
out
up
to dry.
and lay it out to dry. Now, you did plant all 500 without without sorting them. You could fill up both sides of these, because there are 2 racks for each one. And I did that the last time before this, just trying to, you know, see all the permutations you can get. Right. And then afterwards, you let it dry. This can take a little while for it to completely dry, usually about a day or 2. Okay,
It's done!
and it has been laid. Alright, now we wait until the rice is dry. See you then. Alright, it is morning the day after we harvested our rice, and let's check. It looks plenty dry. We got lucky. So we're going to take the dried rice and move it to the next step, and it's in the storehouse where we must go thresh. Now, when you first start threshing, you can use the kokibashi, which is a very slow process. You can use the hand thresher, which is a slightly faster process, or you can use the threshing machine. I'm going to show off this bad boy a little bit because it makes this process super easy. So the first step of this is to tap down on your controller, and that gets the wheel ready. And then you grab the rice, and boom, those bundles are just getting separated like crazy. You can probably hear the controller clicking. Sitting here on the Pro controller, clicking the down button. And we are almost done threshing our rice.
Is this okay?
Boom.
It goes so quickly!
There we
Coca-Cola,
go.
you're
We have
a
really
genius!
dry rice, and now we can hull it. You can use the mortar and pestle, or you can use the rice pounder. This is another upgrade,
Let's put mortar.
and it makes the process very easy. Again, you just hit down and release. If you do brown rice or mixed rice, you get better food bonuses, but the more white rice you have, or the whiter rice it is, you have better improvement for your growth, for leveling up. So because of that, I've gone with the level up, just because I want to have a stronger character in Sakuna. Okay, you're getting there. And as you can tell up in the top right corner, time passes when you're doing all of these tasks. But we are about to finish out a rice season pretty early. Usually I finish out around
Is this okay?
the very end of the third day of autumn.
So brilliantly.
And there we have white rice. New rice complete.
Awe-inspiring talent impresses once again.
Congratulations, guys. You did this. You helped out. Now in the 15th year, Sakuna is level 45, and we acquired 999 bundles of rice. You're awesome. And now we're out of time because we spent quite a bit of time making this. We spent a whole year harvesting rice. Hopefully this helped. Showed you that yes, this game is for you. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you thought. Again, I'm Derek from Nintendad. Thank you and have a great one.